there. I'm seeing on 97th. But in terms of their matchup history, Poe and Itami, Poe is really favored here, 6-1 in terms of the games.
He is, and I'm wondering to see what Itami can go ahead and do against Poe, because Poe is that gatekeeper for Itami of going forward in this bracket here. And, you know, they've already faced Comer a little bit previously in the bracket, went to game 5, so maybe that was kind of a sign that Itami was going to go a little bit crazy against Poe, and we'll have to see as we go further into this game. But we're on Small Fortress Alliance. We got the Wushang. We're seeing a lot of Gauntlet off ledge gameplay. Threw their weapon away though. Poe is trying to maximize on it, gets a dare option. There we go. That's a smart move for doing that on a recovery to be able to have enough time to get that spear. Misses that follow-up option with the spear though. Tommy almost knocked themselves out, but gets a helicopter instead. Poe,
what is that movement?
And nice baiting from Itami though. He baited that dodge from Poe, and Poe had no way of coming back.
Yeah, 170 IQ offstage play by Itami, and yeah, the way he went all the way down with the spear. Look at okay. You overcooked. It happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. Sometimes you cook too hard and you overcook.
You overcook, but you don't recover in the time you recover, and that just happens. It's so unfortunate. But we do see the spear back though. He does come back with that spear. I've seen a lot of players specifically play spear fairly recently because it's in a decent spot. It has that medium range, so you can counter a lot of close range and long range combat with it. So now we're kind of seeing a spear recovery, neutral air, tries to do another neutral air right afterwards. But now he missed a couple different attacks, and Poe now has that momentum within those recovery frames to really push him. We do see a can cider there, and he might be able to get a backward down signature. It lands, and now Poe's up an entire stock over Itami based off of how Itami responded.
Looking very strong here, and he's setting up a string. He finds the read, goes for the weapon throw, but it's not going to connect. Itami trying to make his way back over to the stage. The down signature comes out, but Itami able to work his way around it. Able to catch him with a sidelight, but there's no dodge to be taken from Poe, so we're not going to be able to find any knockout. Poe, on the other hand, the same can't be said for him. He's getting closer and closer.
He is getting very close, but Tommy's missing that spear combo. He felt that.
Not on the main stage. Not on the main stage, Itami.
But right now, spear neutral, it lands. He tries to get this knockout option. Poe gets that backward axe recovery. That will allow for Tommy to kind of reset a little bit and be like, okay, I don't need that to happen again. You know, I need to regroup a little bit. But looking at these replays here on screen too, I mean, we saw Itami try to go off ledge. He does get that first stock knockout, but then afterwards Poe comes back with that backward down air and then gets a side air into a backward down signature, which knocks him out of that second. And then it's after that one stock lead comes in play, Poe holds it very well and gets that backward axe recovery. So for Tommy, his main goal is to kind of make sure he doesn't get into that one stock disadvantage and make sure that he's throwing out these attacks in a proper way where he's able to follow up off of them and not give those recovery frame opportunities to Poe, because Poe has been doing very well today of punishing those recovery frames. But as I say that, Tommy is coming in with the combos, does get double dared, is able to touch that ledge to get their jumps back. And it looks like backward neutral aid comes in.
Looking strong.
This is that dare option. Allowing for Poe to get that two-piece combo on platform. Nice neutral air as well.
Both of these players being so aggressive right now. Itami able to find the D-Light combo. Trying to go off stage, but Poe being very good at being using his options sparsely. Itami's still able to connect with that signature though.
Well, and what we're seeing now too is Itami's been doing really well in the first rounds, and then Poe has been kind of rebuttaling afterwards. I think Itami, as he gets further in the games, he gets punished for missing his attacks, and Poe has his recovery frames to mess around with. So if you're Itami, you want to pick up that weapons, you want to be able to use them, but once you miss those attacks, especially with someone like Wushang, where people know that character very well because it's been played so much recently, or in the past, it's something that you really have to consider because they know gauntlets very well. There was a meta with gauntlets in North America and other regions as well, and these players kind of been learning around it. He does use his gauntlets to get the silent recovery, but Poe comes in with that two-piece combo, tries to get the axes
That
dead.
dare hits? Okay. That dare hits, by the way. Itami, what a beautiful combo setup into the 3-piece, almost getting the knockout, and that is going to be the knockout. Itami, masterfully played gauntlet sequence there. Wow.
Yeah, gets that neutral into GC satellite recovery, which launched him in the air there, and then he was able to get the follow-up knockout option on the Poe. But as we say that, though, Poe does rebuttal. He does get that cannon cider KO, and it's one stock all. And if Itami can kind of keep that string going, it looks like Poe's actually having a problem with these gauntlets a little bit, and he's starting to run into some things. Because he's over-aggressing. He does that. He actually did that, I believe, in the winner side, if I recall. So
the GCs too.
Ooh, nice side air. Yeah, yeah, GCs too. Yeah, he's been throwing them out. Crazy to be aggressive.
They're making me a little bit scared. Making me a little bit scared, and Itami is definitely there to punish them. Can he get this knockout? If he's able to even this out to 1-1, this would be massive. Itami, the next weapon is going to be the gauntlets. It's been the working weapon for you in this matchup. But Poe is on that cannon. He is getting closer and closer to finding this knockout. Can he find the reverse off stage? No, he's gonna have to go on stage, but this hair comes out. Poe baiting in with some movement and throwing that one out. Keeping it simple. That's going to be Poe 2-0 on the board. Looking super strong so far. But Itami, I mean, we gotta give Itami props. He had some really good moments in that game. And I'm gonna say right now, I am a very, very big Poe fan. I consider myself to be one of the biggest Poe fans, but I still think Itami might have this. I'm not going to count him out.
Itami was doing very well. It just comes down to what he does in those critical moments in the game. We saw Itami go for that 3-piece combo with the spear, and I think that removed a lot of mental from him. So when he was trying to follow up on Miami Dome, one of those platforms in the air, he wasn't expecting Poe to go and get that KO option. So he's definitely got to be a little bit careful about how he's really approaching after something like that. It looks like Itami's his mental gameplay or his mindset when he's playing is a lot different, it's a lot more volatile based off of how he's reacting to some things. I think Poe is very straightforward. He's going to be as consistent as he's been with the cannon and the axe. Yeah, for sure. You don't really know what to expect from Itami so far. Poe, on the other hand, we already know and love Poe's gameplay. We pretty much know what to expect coming out from the cannon. The problem is, it's really, really difficult to deal with, which Itami is demonstrating right now, playing so incredibly well, but Poe is still able to make magic happen with this cannon. Yeah, for sure, and that's a big deal for Itami, because in the past 2 games, Itami had to lead, but now Poe's starting to get that. We do see Itami with that spear helicopter ground pound, but now
another
we're
helicopter
seeing...
maybe?
Oh, he missed the spear dare. He's throwing his attacks out there and missing. He's getting punished.
That's so nice.
Does land though. Does get that nice little read. It was really
that was so
risky.
satisfying.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. He does get the spear dare into weapon throw now. He brings it to 2 stacks all, but I'm trying to think of what he can possibly do against Poe to kind of get that lead again. And maybe now that he has those gauntlets, he can do those strings. Neutral air into Silate recovery into neutral air lands. Oh, he runs straight into the signature.
No way.
Oh,
no way.
So unfortunate. He expected the impulse jump. It landed into signature.
Poe was
now Poe has that 1 stock lead as well. But he was fishing for it.
And he caught some fish, let me tell you. Itami getting hit by that knockdown into their last stock. He finds that read though. This could be the knockout. It's not enough. He tries to go for the exhausted, but the neutral signature. What a beautiful recovery. Itami covering his tracks, and that is going to be evened out now, as Itami has evened it out with the weapon advantage too. It's still doable.
It is definitely doable, and Itami was taking very big strides with the momentum that they had, and Poe was running straight into these spear combos. So now if you're Tommy, you're going to take full advantage of the momentum that you had, but he needs to be able to get that back again, and Poe's starting to take that away from it, and Tommy needs to get back to that ledge before Poe's able to kind of mentally recover here, take advantage of what he has. He gets the spear neutral air, gets that
this is
neutral
looking so good for Tommy.
It's going to lead into the satellite, but he whiffs it. Poe maximizes on it. That's what we were talking about earlier. Poe got the grab up, misses.
No way.
Recovery lands, and Tommy's still in the air. Oh, Poe
There's been so many close calls. Itami
Spear?
picking up the spear, but the D-light nair is not going to be enough. Itami is still in the game. Weapon throw comes down. Is he able to find a side light? He gets the side light. Let's get the read. No, it's so close. He had the right idea, but Poe was able to get too far away, and that's going to be a 3-0 as he's advancing in the bracket. That's going to be Poe going up against Comer.
Yeah, that game, man. I mean, we saw Poe do very well at playing off ledge and in the air. Tommy was having a rough time when he had that platform control, really landing a lot of these different attacks here. So we saw Poe maximize on those recovery frames, and it was just a little bit off with these sidelines, but it led into this